All right, traders. Welcome back to another episode. So in this episode, I will be explaining uh, my trade setup and my trade breakdown. Uh, like I promised that I will be talking every of my videos or every trade I take. I'll be posting it on YouTube, and do well to follow, subscribe, turn on notification on every post. So you definitely learn one or two things. So let's dive into the trade for the very first day in July. So as of yesterday, which was 4th of July, I took two trades. I took gold, right? I took gold since on the 30th, and then to this very moment till yesterday, which was on the 4th, so I closed on the 4th. So I counted it as first trade in July. So and the second trade was uh, GU, but it was just a scalping, and I don't think I have to explain scalp. I will explain scalp, but I'm not going to go deeper into how I take my scalping trades. You understand? So let us proceed in that. So on gold, right? I was actually having the buyers like posted on my channel that I will be buying gold as soon as gold change character and it shifted structure. So following from gold scenarios, I mark this point as a protected low. But as you can see, I told you guys that a protected low can also be called market structure shift. So as soon as the protected low is broken below, the market structure shift, then the protected low becomes market structure shift. Therefore, we should be looking forward to buy or sell into a protected low or protected high. Now, we can see that protected high on the 4 hours time frame, we already see a protected high. How is it a protected high? You have this break of structure, right? Engagement was taken out, right? And then it gave this high to the upside. So now look at how market has been printing. Market gave this internal structure, break of structure, and then internal structure, break of structure. Therefore, we do not have in all this area. If you mark this point as protected, sorry, as break of structure, and this point as sweep, right? You are wrong. And sorry, you are right because that will happen on the lower time frame. But this is on the 4 hours time frame, which happens to be an higher time frame that is very stronger. I mean, because it is higher time frame, you should be able to target a lot of pips, right? So you have to follow the structure that the higher time frame is giving. So therefore, this point will not be a market structure shift, rather it will be an inducement, right? And if I'll call it an inducement, in fact, I should call it smart money trap, not an inducement. Do you understand? So it is going to be called smart money trap, but not an inducement. So now that I marked out my protected eye, I need to check out for areas at this market is going to reject. So now I mark out my rejection block. I use rejection block, order block, and fair value gaps. Do you understand? Take any of my things. So I mark out my rejection block, but this happens to be my consequent encroachment 50%. So if I will be taking a trade right here, I need confirmation. I can't just take up my trade entry right here and this issue, sorry, this consequent encroachment, right? And then put my stop loss below right here, because it is risky and it's not advisable. In fact, the pips is so large. This is 220 pips, right? Stop loss. So it's not going to make a lot of sense because how much do I want to risk? How much profit do I want to make? That really matters as a forex trader. You need to know what you are to risk and what profit you are to make. You understand? Therefore, I switch to two time frame below. This is 4 hours time frame, and two time frame below will be what? Um, 15 minutes, for 5 or 15 minutes. So I was on for 5 minutes time frame. Sorry, I was on for 5 minutes time frame. Then I saw a change of character right here. So I saw this as a change of character right here. Right, this is a change of character, and then this happens to be engagement. Then market straight out that engagement. So it's already giving me a yes, yes script, right? So I'm following what I gave you guys on the channel, right? So I said as soon as um market has taken engagement, as soon as you find a point of interest around Rogers level of 50.0 Fibonacci, then you are good to go to buy. That's true. So I saw that market has swept all this engagement. So I was actually looking at my lower time frame. So I was at my 3 minute time frame and I saw the change of character at that point. So I took my buy. But how this is change of character that I saw after I see market take out this fucking engagement, right? Well, it is this approach of liquidity. This is what we call a ranging market, right? So an ranging market, I've told you to always stay out of the ranging market. So if you're trying to buy from there, you cannot be so eager to put your stop loss right in, right? If you put your stop loss right in, it's good, you know, because when looking at this, right, this happens to be a protected, but yet I will not be using this kind of interest in market disobey this. So rather I'll be using this other block, right? This other block. But now, because of market has already reacted at this what I call divisional order block. So I see this is this supposed to be um, a protected eye, right? This is supposed to be a protected eye. This is supposed to be a protected eye. So I can see market straight it above the market door. So anyone that is selling from this protected eye, go into the protected eye, you sell, right? You sell immediately right here. What will be your target as according to this trading strategy? So we'll be targeting right here. But what happened, right, was market change character around this regular stable movement of Fibonacci. So let us see that very well. Let me show you. So this is our Fibonacci going from this point towards this point right here. As you can see, this is regular stable. Therefore, market now change character, right? So market shifted structure, then data came back to change character, and then good, right? So this is a bit of structure. This is market, right? Change of character, and this is our engagement right here. So buying from here, buying from here would be this point. This is our order block right here. The order block right here. But because of this order block is so wide, right? I use what? My consequent encroachment. As you can see, so I use my consequent encroachment. This is the other block that I should be buying from. So because of this other block is so wide, so I use my consequent encroachment. As soon as I see market rejected from the consequent encroachment, I bought immediately this candlestick begins to drop. So I was now risking just 30 pips of my trade, right? 30 pips of my trade, 30 pips of my trade. So then I targeted this whole this whole I targeted this whole eye. And why did I target this eye actually? Now it's not as if I don't know market is going to keep on pumping. In fact, you come and target this place now. Right. But as a day trader, like I used to tell you need to target what you want for that day. You understand? If I'm targeting this point, it means I'm targeting this point as take profit one. And now why do I target this point? Very simple and very obvious. So this is my 4 hours time frame. So this is 4 hours time frame. On 4 hours time frame, right? This is the last high that was created. This is the last high that was created. So on this last high, and the market breaks it above before I see it to a change of character. You understand? Therefore, the the other block there has been has been mitigated, which happens to this place should be our protected high, right? So it means one market break it will be a change of character. Is that right? So as soon as market got here, anything can happen because this current trend, right, it is still there. This is where the break of structure occurred. Then after the break of structure, this is the last pullback before this new low, right? So the best thing is target this point and let the rest, let market do whatever it wants to do. Then before you buy again around this very area. So, and that is how I took my trade. And the trade was awesome. Understand? So, this was 500 pips plus, right? So, it means if you are risking just $1, you should be making $5, right? Sorry, you should be making $18 rather, $18. If you are risking $1, you should be making $18. And if you are risking $10, you should be making $118. So tell me, how much will you risk on this particular trade? right? So that's how I took this gold, and I came back to take GBP US dollar, right? I took GBP US dollar as scalp. Okay, this is GBP JPY, and this was not on the this was not on the first trade. So this is GBP US dollar. I took this GBP US dollar buy. Now I took this sell, right? Took partial first take profit at 3 points, right? 3 point times, I mean, this reward is 3 times, right? 3 times 3.5 or so times of my risk, and then market came back to my break even, and then I bought another one from around there towards it to the scalp. So let me show you how I did that. This is what I did. This is what I did. I didn't even mark it. So this is what I did. So I saw my market structure shift right here. Sorry, I saw a protected high right here, a protected right here. So, and then market was actually ranging. When market got there, I know market was trying to break this point because whatever made market to reject from this consequent approachment should be a massive sell. You understand? But when market now rejects, and meanwhile, following the previous movement, right? Market was not supposed to come back after market breaks this point. Market was not supposed to come back towards here. But since market come back towards here, right, and breaks it above, it means market has changed its movement. You understand? So I now see a protected low to add up to my confidence, right? This is, I would say this is a change of character. So I see another protected low, which add up to my confidence. Then market came back towards this other block right here. So I took my trade from this other block right there. I targeted when market got to about, I think, 60 or 70 pips. I think it was 70 pips, right? So it was 70 pips. So I closed my trade at 60 something. I'm not sure. So I closed my trade, right? So this was my stop loss. And then I took a profit around here. So, okay, it was around here. It was 50 pips, okay. So I took my profit around here. Because as soon as I closed, market just begins to come. And then I left the chat. So this is how I took the trade on this scalp. It was a scalp because it just a candlestick on I think 4 hours or 1 hour action. Right? You can see it's just a candlestick, You can see just a candlestick. So I want to go as a day trade or whatever or swing trade. It's just a scalp. Maybe two candlesticks on. Okay, you can see three candlesticks on for the 5 or 1 hour rather. So it's just a scalp. So as soon as I close up, right, market was pumping. As soon as I close up, let's take my profit. I don't know because this trade is not aligning with my higher time frame goals. You understand? Because it's just a change of character. So it means market still have to come back in towards this area, right? Market still have to come back towards this point. Where is my rectangle? Towards this point before it buys. But I see that before it does that, I mean, this needs to be taken out properly. You understand? Before market wants to come back towards this needs to be taken out properly. That's why I took this buy. So as soon as I've been seeing signs that market is buying right here, so I begin to buy, and as soon as market breaks this point, I don't want to believe I just take out my profit, and immediately I take out my profit, market drastically drop, and this was around I think 12 or so. It was around 11 o'clock. It was around 11 o'clock. So since then, I took off my profit and then I went off the chart. So in nutshell is try not to try to know your edge. You understand? Try to know where you're trading. So you might see your setup, right? And then your setup is not complete at the higher time frame, right? Take your profit partially. There is no crime, there is no sin in taking partial profit. There is no sin. It's not a crime, right? To take partial profit. It is only a crime when you are taking partial profit with emotions. But if you are taking profit based on what you analyze and what you are seeing, it is not a sin. You understand? Now look at this point right here. If I want to take this trade, right? I would have risked me to take this trade. Now, let's see 5 minutes time frame. If I want to take this cell also, I like taking myself around here, so 15 minutes time frame. I would have taken myself around here, and I just look to um, right here, and then I'll be targeting this one to put it right here. You understand? So, and it's going to play. Why am I supposed to take this type of trade? Now, it's just very obvious. As soon as I see change of character, right? This is it. Market takes out engagement and then it shifted structure right here. So market begins to sell. So as market take out this engagement, market came back to take out um this sorry, sorry. So market came back to take out this engagement, this we'll call this fourth pullback, but rather I will not call this fourth pullback. I'll call this low the first pullback, which is the engagement, because it is this engagement that triggered, it is this low that triggered this OI. You understand? So it is this low that I will, because all the powers, all the bulls are resting on this rejection candlestick. So I will say this is what this is our engagement. So as soon as market takes out this engagement towards this decisional order block, and this is our demand liquidity. So as soon as market takes out towards this, we should expect another bullish move, right? Now, but on the 15 minute time frame, we should expect another bullish move. Now, on the 15 minute time frame, market now got into another pivotal point, right? How is it a pivotal point, right? You will even see all my drawings that are raised there. So market get into the pivotal point, change another character right here because we have this low, right? That created this one. So this low, right, right here, create this side. So we have a break of structure, we have a change of character, and then market came back. And look at this impulsive move. Now, note something that as soon as you see an order block that has a fair value gap, know that the market makers are already the smart money traders are already in that particular setup. You understand? So as soon as I see this change of character, if I see this change of character, then I'll risk this because this is just little pips. And of course, you should know that this is correct. So if just little pips, then I can just even place it at 10 pips. I can still use 10 pips as stop loss and then target this whole low. You understand? And this is just 1 to 4. Okay, then we can make it 1 to 3. Like 1 to 3. In fact, 1 to 3 has been computed. So you are risking $10, you should be making times three, $30. You're risking $100, you should be making times $300. Sorry, $300. You're risking $1,000, you should be making $200 just on this particular trade entry, right? From 4 o'clock this morning and 4 o'clock this morning, right? On the 2nd of July until this particular day, right? 8 a.m. So within 4 hours, you've made times three of your risk. Just simple. And then you can just make an extension as 5 times of your use 5 times, 5 times of your capital, right? Don't do more than 3 to 5 times. And that's very, very pretty okay. You understand? So this is how I take my trade setup. So another trade I take, right? I'll be posting it on the YouTube as I'll be listing them as playlist on the YouTube. You can just go there to confirm those videos. So see you guys on another video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this channel. Let us go together so we can have things in common, share trade ideas, go live together. I can show you my real strategy, how I feel, how I encourage myself, how I control my emotions, how I use my psychological wisely. You understand? So make sure you subscribe, share, and like, turn on notification on every of my posts. See you guys. Bye.